Welcome to today's episode from WM's Learning, Neural Nexus, Hopfield's journey from spin glasses to AI.
Okay, so get this. The 2024 Nobel Prize in Physics
Yeah.
just went to a guy who basically, taught computers to think like us.
It's true. John Hopfield, along with Jeffrey Hinton,
Right.
they snagged the prize for all their groundbreaking work in AI.
Yeah.
And the best part is that Hopfield's whole journey to this revolutionary discovery, it didn't start in a computer lab.
Okay.
It started in the world of physics.
Wait, hold up. Physics, you mean atoms and lasers, all that. How does that lead to artificial intelligence?
That's the beauty of Hopfield's work.
Yeah.
He saw connections that other people didn't see,
Right.
He looked at the really messy and complex world of neurons firing in the brain,
Yeah.
and he saw this parallel to something totally unexpected.
What's that?
Magnets.
Okay, you're going to have to explain this one.
Okay.
Magnets, brains.
Yeah.
How are those two things even remotely related?
So think of it this way.
Okay.
Just magnets influence each other, with their magnetic fields. Neurons in the brain.
Yeah.
They influence each other with, electrical and chemical signals.
Right.
And Hopfield realized that you can use the principles of physics,
Cool.
the way energy works in a system, like a magnet, to understand how information flows and is stored in the brain.
So he basically created a model of the brain using physics.
Exactly.
That's wild. But wasn't he a certified physics whiz from the get-go?
Absolutely. This is a guy who grew up in a family of physicists.
Oh, wow.
I mean, imagine the dinner table conversations, right?
Oh my gosh.
But and it clearly rubbed off on him.
Yeah.
He earned degrees from Swarthmore and Cornell.
Wow.
Big deal schools, in the science world.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
His expertise, it wasn't just physics.
Right.
He went on to do some really amazing work in chemistry and even biology.
This guy was a walking interdisciplinary department.
Right.
But where does the whole AI thing come in? Was that always his main focus?
Not exactly. He did a lot of work at Bell Labs.
Right.
The place that practically invented the transistor and the laser. It was a hotbed of innovation.
Yeah.
And Hopfield, he thrived there.
Okay.
He became known for finding elegant solutions to these really complex problems.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a theme in his career.
Elegant solutions, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that a lot of scientists strive for, finding those simple yet powerful explanations for how things work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did with neural networks.
Okay.
But to really understand how he got there, we kind of need to dig a little deeper into his time at Bell Labs, because that's where the seeds of his groundbreaking work in AI were really sown.
Okay. Bell Labs, right?
Bell Labs, it was the perfect place for that, for that kind of thinking.
Right.
It wasn't just about tackling one specific problem.
Yeah.
It was about bringing all these different perspectives to the table. And that's where Hopfield's interdisciplinary background really shone. And he started to see how he could, apply those principles from physics to this complex world of biology, specifically the brain.
Okay, so back to the brain.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around how he connected the dots between something like a magnet and something as complex as, thinking.
Okay, so imagine a magnet for a second.
Okay.
The way those tiny magnetic particles,
Uh-huh.
they all align themselves, right?
Right.
It all comes down to energy.
Okay.
The system naturally wants to settle into,
Right.
the lowest energy state possible.
Right.
So Hopfield's genius was that he took that same concept of energy
Okay.
and he applied it to neural networks.
Hold on. Energy landscapes. Are you saying our brains are basically
Yeah.
little hills and valleys and our thoughts are like balls rolling around in there?
You're getting a little ahead of me.
Okay.
But that's actually a pretty good analogy.
Okay.
So Hopfield realized
Yeah.
that you could think of a neural network as having a kind of energy landscape.
Oh.
Each configuration of neurons, each pattern of activity, it has a certain energy associated with it.
Yeah.
And just like that magnet finding its lowest energy state,
Yeah.
the network,
Yeah.
it naturally gravitates towards these stable patterns of
Awesome.
low energy.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it.
Okay.
So these stable low energy states in the network,
Yeah.
what do they actually represent?
Those, my friend, represent memories.
Oh.
Think about it.
Good.
Memory. It's essentially a stable pattern of neural activity in your brain.
Right.
It's a configuration
Yeah.
that's been like reinforced over time.
Whoa.
Right.
So you're telling me that my memories, like, all those embarrassing moments from high school, my favorite song lyrics, all of that,
It's
just different energy states
energy states, exactly.
in my brain.
Yeah.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is pretty mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
And it gets even cooler.
Okay.
Think about like how we recall memories.
Right.
We don't need like every single detail to be perfect,
Yeah.
A familiar scent, a few notes from a song, and boom, the whole memory comes flooding back.
That's so true. Our brains are amazing at filling in the blanks.
They are.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
exactly what Hopfield's network could do.
Really?
You could present it with like a partial input,
Okay.
even a distorted one.
Wow.
And because of this energy landscape,
Uh-huh.
it could still settle into that correct low energy state,
Wow.
effectively recalling the complete memory.
So he created a network
Right.
that could learn and recall information just like our brains. But how did he actually teach it to do that?
Yeah.
Did he have to like program in every single memory?
That's the thing. He didn't.
What?
And this is where his physics background comes into play. Again, he drew inspiration from something called the spin glass model.
Spin glass model.
Yeah.
All right, now you're just messing with me.
Okay, I know it sounds complicated.
Yeah.
Imagine like a refrigerator door
Okay.
covered in magnets, but these magnets are all jumbled together.
Okay.
Some attracting, some repelling.
Yeah.
It's a bit chaotic, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like a spin glass.
Okay.
And Hopfield realized that this model, which describes how those magnetic spins interact, could also be used to describe how neurons in a network influence each other.
So he used this chaotic model of magnets to understand the connections between neurons.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty big leap.
It was a leap, but it was a brilliant one. So by applying the principles of the spin glass model, he developed this simple learning rule for his network.
Okay.
Basically, the connections between the neurons, they would strengthen or weaken based on the patterns they were exposed to.
Right. Like practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how, our brains, they form pathways.
Right.
The more we use them,
Right.
the stronger those pathways become.
Right. So no need to hand code every single memory.
Exactly.
The network learns by adjusting its own connections.
Exactly.
Just like our brains.
Just like our brains.
That's incredible.
It is incredible, right? And it revolutionized the field of AI.
Yeah.
But what's even more remarkable
What's that?
is that Hopfield, he didn't just like create,
Yeah.
a cool new algorithm.
Right.
He opened up this whole new way of thinking about how information is processed. Right.
And stored in these like complex systems.
Right.
Whether it's a brain or a computer.
Yeah. So we've got these Hopfield networks, right? And they can learn and remember, and all thanks to some clever physics. But how did this actually pave the way for the AI that, we know today? I mean, self-driving cars and language translators,
Right.
That feels like a world away from magnets on a fridge, you know what I mean?
You're right. The applications of AI today are like light years beyond what Hopfield probably initially even envisioned.
Yeah.
But his work, like this crucial first step, think of it like laying the foundation for like a skyscraper.
Okay.
You might not see the foundation in the finished product,
Right.
but without it, the whole thing would crumble.
Okay, I can see that. So Hopfield lays the groundwork.
Yeah.
But who actually builds the skyscraper?
Well, remember Hopfield's co-laureate,
Right.
Jeffrey Hinton?
He's one of the people who like took those foundational ideas and really ran with them.
Okay.
And he, along with several others, developed these like even more complex types of neural network.
Okay, like what?
One example is the Boltzmann machine.
Okay.
Which it's kind of like a souped up version of the Hopfield network.
A souped up version. Okay, so does that mean it uses energy landscapes too?
Exactly. It still uses that concept of energy to, find those stable states, but it's capable of learning even more complex patterns.
Right.
And from there, the field just exploded. You know, we got deep learning, convolutional neural networks, all of these advancements pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
So all of that came from building on Hopfield's kind of like initial insights.
Yeah.
That's kind of mind-blowing. Like he gave us the key to unlock a whole new world.
Exactly.
Of possibilities.
That's a great way to put it. And it just goes to show you, like, the power of interdisciplinary thinking. Hopfield, he wasn't afraid to, like, borrow those ideas from physics to tackle these problems in neuroscience. And that boldness, it opened up this whole new, like, you know, avenue of research.
It really makes you wonder, like, what other hidden connections are out there?
Exactly.
Just waiting for someone with, you know, the right kind of curiosity to come along and make that leap.
And that's the beauty of science. You know, it's just this never-ending exploration. Hopfield's story just reminds us that, you know, sometimes the most groundbreaking discoveries happen when we, like, dare to look beyond just like the traditional boundaries of our fields, and we embrace those, you know, those unexpected connections that are all around us.
It's like they say, like, the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
That's right.
This deep dive into John J. Hopfield's work has definitely opened my eyes to the incredible possibilities that emerge, like, you know, when different fields collide. So until next time, keep those brains buzzing. And who knows what amazing connections you might discover.